Hello. Come in. Have a seat. Have a seat. What are you doing here? You look far too proper to be in a place like this. Okay, so you're looking to make some money. Okay, well, you must be in dire straits if you're over here. But no need to worry. I can totally help you get to where you need to go. So, in what way do you want to make money? There are plenty of ways, some legitimate, some illegitimate, but the illegitimate ways of making money tend to yield a bit more bang for your buck, let's say. Okay. So you're a little bit more interested in accessing the black market. Okay. Interesting. So the black market is not easy to come by. You want to sell some stuff there? Absolutely, yeah. So first of all, to access the black market, you do have to go through all of the other markets, right? There's the blue market, the yellow market, and the red market. And there's subsidiaries, so purple, green, and orange. Those markets tend to be a bit more tame, but still equally as illegitimate and probably illegal. But if you are ready to just head directly to the black market, what are you thinking of selling? Okay, so you want to sell your organs. You know what? That's totally fine. I am actually qualified and trained to help you with that. Are you, how do you feel about that? Like, what do you, like a kidney? Just whatever I could find. Absolutely, yeah. I will, you know what? I'll do a full harvest on you. I think that would be lovely. And you know what? It's spring. Things are growing anew, and so it's time to harvest, right? And once summer rolls around, you might feel a little sick, a little sad. But you know what? It'll be totally fine because it'll grow. So, I don't want any records because this is not the sort of thing that we want truly like records of. But what I do want to know is someone I can contact. No. Shh. Do not speak. You were about to tell me a name. I did not want a name. That is, that's a trail. It's a trace. We don't want that. Instead, could you tell me, and please be very, very specific, could you tell me a date and time that I could reach out to someone in case something goes wrong, and I need you to text that person that same date and time? Okay. I don't think I could. I have daycare that day, so I actually can't do that. I have a kid, and sweet little guy. Could you? So like, I can't do it. Daycare is going to be really busy. Yes, I'm at the daycare. So if you could give me another option. Okay, yeah, I think that would work. I think I can work that. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So since you need some organs harvested, why don't we harvest some organs? So, the first thing that I want to do is I need to mark some of the places that I'm going to make some incisions, just to explore a few options for harvesting your organs. However, I do need to know if you have any organs missing, if you have some form of medical miracle that's happened. If you're missing a kidney, that's very common. No, you're really full. You have everything. Okay. Well, then in that case, let's start down here, because I do think that we need to mark for a kidney, at least one, right? We want to make sure that you can survive, right? No guarantees. So I'm just going to mark right here for her incision for the kidney. And then I can actually go around and get another incision to reach the liver. Now, you do have your liver, right? You're not on, there's not something you're not telling me, right? Yes, okay. Good. Okay, and then up here, what I'm seeing is you have a few bruising. Are you okay? You just go really hard at the gym? That's crazy. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I don't want to, I want to steer clear from a little bit of the bruising. I do want to check on your heart. So let's go right here, right in the center. Okay. Yes, just right there. Just marking it. Because what we'll do is, it's called the quad flap method. And so I cut 2 cuts right like that, and then I peel it open. You know, it's very simple and effective. I think a lot of doctors just are afraid of using it because, you know, they just haven't, I think they're just afraid of using it, you know, and it's something that, you know, they need a little bit more knowledge on. Unfortunately, I am very knowledgeable about this topic, so I will, of course, be able to do this flawlessly. Now, if we move on, what we'll be able to see is interesting. Okay, so you are, you do have a 3rd nipple. I can harvest that. I can take that, and what I'll do is I'll be able to sell it. On the black market, those sell very, very quickly. In particular, I think it's because there tends to be a lot of a sort of a breast removal, and you know, sometimes it's done very shoddily, and they don't have their nipples anymore. So, you know, sometimes they need another nipple. So I think that might be very good. So I'm actually going to just draw a nice little circle around that because it's just going to be a nice circular. There we go. Okay. Okay. Is there any organs that maybe a portion of your lungs? Should we get a little bit of your lungs? Well, I mean, you said you went hard at the gym, but perhaps if you've been out of breath more, then you don't need to go that hard at the gym. You'll be, yeah, you totally understand. So I'll just right here and here. Okay. So I think I've marked everything. So next we're going to do some incisions to really get in there, okay? I would put on gloves, but you would prefer if I put on gloves? You're such a stickler. Okay. I think, let's see here. I have this. I mean, it's not like the most perfect glove, but it's a glove. And I think that'll just have to do. I'll just work with one hand when it comes to that, okay? And I'll have support with the other hand. I won't touch any organs with my naked hand. It'll only be the gloved hand, okay? Okay, wonderful. Okay, so when it comes to the incision work now, we are going to, of course, use, you know, the scalpel. It does look a little bit different. I made some modifications to the scalpel. It's mainly because I do find that modern scalpels tend to, they don't have enough of a grip. And they tend to be very finicky, very small and dainty. And I much prefer something like this. You know, this is custom made by me, of course. Yes, I did take a class for it. It was very nice. Very wonderful. I definitely recommend it. Yeah, it was a vacation in Italy. So, with that, I mean, with the money you get, you might be able to do that. You know, just take a little vacation to Italy, take some classes. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do some slicing directly at the incision points. Okay, but these slices are going to be very. Don't fret. It's going to be very precise. It's going to be very, very, very precise. It's just that I don't want you to feel like I don't know what I'm doing. So let's go ahead here and go. So this is where this is for the kidney. That's the first one. Oh, did you want numbing cream? No, I don't think. Listen, if you have to get your organs harvested with numbing cream, then what's the point? I think part of the experience is the pain of having your organs harvested. You know, and could you really say that you had your organs harvested if you did it painlessly? I don't think that's really fair to the people who've come before you. So let's go ahead here and Okay, and then what I'm going to do is there's a little bit of blood. That's okay. Just rotate a little bit. Thank you. And I'm just going to go over here for the liver. Yes, perfect, perfect. Okay, and then remember the extra nipple and the heart as well. So extra nipple is going to be a little bit interesting. So I'm going to actually create 4 incisions on the cardinals, right? North, south, east, west. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, perfect. And then I'm just going to move ahead onto remember the quad flap. So we're going to go ahead and just, okay, very good. Very good. Oh, I almost forgot the lungs. How could I forget that? Okay. All right. Very good. That's all we need for incisions. Then we're going to go ahead and... This is... Okay, so here's the thing. Normally at this point, you would be passed out, but you are very resilient. And so these scissors... I skipped a little bit on the scissors. They are just sort of kitchen scissors that we found. Unfortunately, scissors from a hospital or, specified tools can be a little bit difficult to come by, especially if you're barred from the, from the medical community like I might be. So let's just go ahead and shut it so that I can get to work. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and open up all of the different spots, right, for your kidney, your liver, your lungs, your chest, your heart, and your extra nipple. Now I could harvest your other nipples, but you might need that someday. So let's go ahead and kidney first. Okay, could you, yep, just a little. Okay, I'll rotate for the liver. Perfect, now come back. Okay, so here I'm going to do very precise circular motions for the nipple. And I'm going to go over here. Okay. Then let's go ahead and do the quad flap. Okay. Lastly, let's go ahead and get access to those lungs. Okay. So. Oh, why am I taking this off? I still have the whole rest of the thing to do. So, now that we've got that, I'm going to go ahead and pry open your spots, okay? So I'm going to use this tool. I'm going to just right in there and then just, all right, and it's pried open. Let's come take it out, turn. Okay. Okay. Now let's go over. This is perfect for the areola, actually. So let's go ahead and go here and there. Okay. And then over here for the quad flap is actually perfect because it'll open like a flower. Okay. So. Okay. Oh, perfect. And it opened up your lungs. Wonderful. Okay. So, from here, there's a lot of blood, but do not fear. Our bodies regenerate blood on their own. You just need to take a few homeopathic remedies, okay? So just have a little bit of ginger, rub it on the spots, and I think that should really help. If you have a little bit of matcha, that would really be helpful. Matcha is very, very healthy for you. It's very, very good for this sort of situation. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look then. Okay, so just... I see. Unfortunately, your organs are too clean. You know, I was expecting some sort of party animal. Like, your liver is practically spotless. Your kidney looks like it's, you know, a newborn's kidney, just fully developed. And, you know, your lungs look like an athlete's lungs. That simply won't do for the black market. You see, at the black market, people know what they expect, right? They know that when they go to the black market to get a new pair of lungs, it's not the best pair of lungs you could find. It's the pair of lungs that someone sold because they needed to. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to rough them up a little bit. I think that doing that will create the illusion that you've lived a very terrible life, and then we'll be able to sell them for a very, very good price, okay? So, perfect, yeah. So this is, of course, for your kidney. Okay, can you move to the side for your liver? Ah, look at that beautiful liver. Yep. Beautiful bruising that's happening there. Wonderful, wonderful. Up here. Okay, perfect. So now go around. Your nipple's a little bit, you know, it's a little rough because it's a third nipple. So I think that one's fine. I'm just going to just grab it and put it down. Now let's go to your heart. Now your heart is actively beating. Which is a little bit of a problem. So I'm going to try to rhythmically attack it, you know, in tandem with your heartbeat. Okay, so. Why is it going faster? What? Are you upset? No. Well, it's working. Yeah, it's working, yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, now the lungs. Now, take a deep breath for me. Now exhale. Inhale. Now exhale. Perfect. Okay, I think that is it for beating it up. So now I just need to harvest it. So I just need to separate some of the contact points, you know, just make sure that, you know, because for the liver, I'm only taking a sliver. I'm not taking the whole thing. The kidney, I'm taking the whole thing, so I have to cut a little bit of the connections, and that's okay. So first, let's do the kidney, and then we'll just... Very good. And we'll just... Oh, perfect. Is it falling off? Yeah, got it. Okay, perfect. And then just up here for the liver, just slicing the liver. Perfect. And then just grabbing that, placing it down. Now let's go ahead and get your heart. Okay, I'm only taking the whole thing because it doesn't really work without it. Don't worry, you'll be able to survive. You will regenerate one with time. Okay, so. Perfect. And here I'm just going to grab your heart now, place it down. I do see you've passed out now. Oh, you're still around. Okay, wonderful. Very, very good. You know, this is some might say is a miracle, but it's actually very much more common than you would expect. I believe there was at least one other person that this has happened to, and and if you believe it, 3 days later they came back and they were totally fine. So let's go ahead and get the last bit of your lungs here. Very good. Okay. Alrighty. Well, that is really good. So now I'm not going to need the glove for this, because what I'm going to do is I just need to, we use this very innovative method of just scorching the wound closed. So I'm just going to go ahead and burn all your wounds closed, and then you'll be good to go. Okay? All right. Okay, and very good. Then here. Then over here. You turn for me. Perfect. And then here. Okay. Now just doing, okay. Just doing a little bit of a wave across, just to ensure. Okay, perfect. Okay, well, with that, you should be good to go. I will go ahead and list those items all on the black market. You will be able to have all of the money that you want. I'm sure you feel a little bit lightheaded at the moment. That's totally fine. Just, if you head out, there will be someone waiting for you, and they'll take care of you, don't worry. Yeah, absolutely. They might look like they work at a grave, but don't pay that no mind. They just look a little off. That's all, And if they do put you in a sort of large box of some kind, that's just a way for us to know who has been worked on and who hasn't been worked on yet. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Well. You have a wonderful time, and I will get back to you with your money. Okay? Okay.